is Steph Schuler, and I am here with my co-host, Heather, and we are going to talk today about reincarnation and our experience with it. Well, we haven't done it yet.
Well, if we had access to the Akashic records, we would know this time.
Yeah, but
We don't have
so
access.
we don't really have the experience. We believe the belief of what we believe about reincarnation.
Yes.
Let me just So could I double down on the beliefs there? All right.
What we believe that we have
Believe.
believed and
Yes, but
belief about it.
I guess nobody really knows what afterlife is or if there is one, but the two of us, we are absolutely, we put money down that there is an afterlife. Now, Mark, he's still, Mark, what's your thought on that? Are you mic'd up or can I just answer for you? Good?
I don't believe in anything.
He doesn't believe in anything, which, oh my gosh, wow. But you know what? That's okay because this is his experience. But our experience we're going to talk about, again, we don't have experience with the afterlife just yet. But I have some really great stories because of the energy work that I've done over the years that people from that have passed on have come through in many, many sessions. So there's a little bit of
interesting.
That is very interesting. But here's how I first got my so I grew up Baptist. My mom took us to every revival. Then we were non-denominational. Like we hit every religious church on the street.
Why do you think that is? Do you think your mother had an inclination to sort of she was a seeker, but just wasn't quite sure how to organize it?
No, we actually got kicked out of some churches
a
couple of times. So
Whoa, there's a fucking detour. Side road.
Yeah. We were asked to not come back. Okay, as a family, unit. My dad did not go. He knew what was going to happen.
Fucking lunatics out.
Okay, I'm just kidding. I mean, sort of. But no, we did. We hit a few establishments that Gigi left her mark. So
I like Gigi.
No, Gigi. Gigi's a good time. All right. So, yeah, but then she lets you know, and then it's time to go. They're like, you three, let's go. Me and my brother. So there we go to the next church. But anyway, okay. So my first experience with even thinking that there could be an afterlife, because in Christianity we aren't taught that there's an afterlife. There's a heaven, right? There's a heaven and there's a hell. All right, so those never really, I believed in this heaven thing, but the hell part, even when I was young, I was like, I'm not sure, like what, that just seems really aggressive for someone who loves unconditionally, right? And my God, like there's so many pieces to that. So in 2006, I believe, it was a winter. I just moved to Pittsburgh. I was reading a ton of books. And one of the ones that I came across was The Lovely Bones. They made that into a movie.
Yes.
Okay.
God, that was so, I still have, if I think about that, it was upsetting.
That's very upsetting. And I'm actually surprised because my kids were so young that I could even read a book like that. But I believe that I was sort of like, it dropped in my lap because it was just a seed of, wait a minute, something different. So when I was reading it, and then for those that don't know this book, this young 14-year-old, she gets murdered and raped by someone in the community, and she dies, but well, that would be the murder part, right?
Yeah.
So
She obviously dies. Question mark, crickets.
Yeah. So she dies, but she comes back and through telepathy, she's in the spirit realm. And I remember when I first read that, I was like, okay, this is the first thing that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fictitious book, it hits something
Something
deep.
touched you and you went,
yes.
wait, hold on, wait.
Yeah.
I can follow this. I
Yeah.
can go with this.
I might go with this because everything else, like nothing was a hard sell for me. And this was the first thing that resonated. Now, that was back in 2005 or 6. I think it was 2006. So, it wouldn't be years later, probably 5 years later, that I would be reintroduced to reincarnation by someone. And even then, I was kind of like, wait, I don't know. I mean, I don't disbelieve, but I don't. You're not. I don't have anything to believe.
Right.
Right. Until I started doing Reiki and. Had some of these really profound experiences where you just can't make this shit up, man. Like, it'd be one thing if I had like I said one story, but I have at least 100 stories, at least, and that's probably being mild, right? Of
Can't make it up.
no, and well, if I'm making it up, the 100 people that it happened to are making it up too, and that's a lot of time.
Well,
that nobody's doing that.
And there's a timeline thing there. If it's it's happening, and they're speaking about it as you're there. It's kind of like the synchronicity. So there's no way you could do that.
Right. And there's just so many things that I knew about people that I'm like, I don't know, there's this guy here calling you such and such. And people would cry. They're like, "Oh my God, that's my dad."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, this is what I thought kind of came through." So yeah. So for me, that's obviously that first seed in 2006 was planted, but it took years for me to kind of get to that place where I was like, "Oh no,
where you were blooming from the seed."
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm doubling down. I'm like, "No, I'm going with this. This is the only thing that makes sense to me."
It took me a while, but me too.
Okay. All right. So what do you think about it? I mean, when did you start to were you always thinking like, "Oh, yeah, there's an afterlife and, I could have come as, my mom's sister, like what?"
No, I wasn't. I was always under the belief, the fear of God, Christian belief system. You have one life. You're here as you. That's it. You die, and you're with God. Jesus is sitting at the right hand of God, and that's it. That's forever. There is nothing else. If you believe in these things that you and I are talking about, that sort of like veers off.
Right. Well, they overlap. They overlap.
Yeah. But if we think that there is such a thing as maybe we've been here multiple times and we're learning and we're in a school and each time we're here, we're improving. And if not, then we have to there's karma, what you do unto others, because, there are consequences. Once you start to learn that, then you start to believe.
Question.
Yeah. It's more of like, here's the physical world and it really does happen, karma. But there's also the metaphysical where, you're coming back. You're coming back learning each time. And that made more sense to me more than anything.
Right. And that's how I kind of came to it too. Because I'm like, wait a minute. And the deeper I got into it, over the last few years, I even understand, at least for me, this is my reality, right? It may not be anybody else's, and that's totally fine. I'm just giving you, how I feel. But, why some people are total fucking assholes, right? And why some people who are absolute sages have the hardest lives, but they still are able to, bounce back and they're not like harming anybody, but you got all these other dicks running around,
But don't you think that's how, maybe subconsciously, and we didn't put words to it, we can now, but don't you think that's how we're able to reconcile murderers and, sages? Because it would be terribly unfair, right? If you're Ted Bundy or John Wayne Gacy or Hitler and you're here and you do that, then you go to hell and why was that?
What's the point though? So that's to me, like what is the point?
Right. I think the only way that I can reconcile that there are people like the Hitlers or the Mao Zedong or any of those horrible people.
It's the balance.
Is because they've had to do this over and over. We've had to do this over and over and over.
Right. And that
to get it right or balance it. Balance, equilibrium.
Right. To balance it, because I've heard, the saying, "Oh, we've all been murdered, we've all murdered." And I remember maybe even 5 years ago, I was like, I don't know if I buy that. Well, now I do.
I think I do too.
I buy it now because it makes more sense to me. Like, if you don't have, I feel like this whole life is really, or all the lives that we have are about, having every possible experience, whether it's possible. And the only way you can know how not to do something many times is to do it. Right. And maybe I'm going to do it now. I'm going to be your sister and I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So that's, and again, where these soul groups kind of come in, I'm bouncing around a little bit, but when you meet somebody and you're like, I don't know, this person's so familiar to me.
Yeah.
How do I know them?
I know you.
And you, spill your guts to them in 15 seconds and you're like best friends. I believe that we have these karmic groups that we kind of travel with.
Connections.
Yeah.
It's kind of strange because I keep having, I've not currently, but it'll resurface again. I have this recurring dream, okay,
Oh.
that a group of my friends and myself have accidentally murdered this guy.
Okay.
Like he was in the car with us coming
How do you
home from-
How do you accidentally murder someone?
we were kind of like joking around with him, like, hey, you're stuck with us now. We're gonna kill you. And he's like, oh, come on, guys, and whatever. And it like we tie him up or something. And it's an accidental thing, like
I don't think
drowning or something.
I think tying someone up is not accident. I don't think you accidentally did that.
No, but just to like maybe he was a dick all night
Oh,
with everybody. We're like,
right.
come with
You're
us.
gonna rough
We'll
him
give
up.
you some fun, and we tie him up, and then he accidentally dies.
Y-
It's like, and I don't know all. You know when you wake up it's when you're dreaming it. It's so vivid. And
Yeah.
you wake up and you go, oh, I don't. It's just murky.
Yeah.
But this is this recurring thing that's still murky about us murdering this guy, and it feels so real. I feel like, oh my God, I did do that. I did that. We
Right.
did that. And somehow I'm going to have to pay for that.
Right.
Maybe I'm doing it now. But I know somehow that
It's
may
connected.
have been a thing
A
we
past
did.
life.
And then afterward, we're all like, oh my God, we didn't mean to. And we're trying to hide it. And the cops are looking for the people. And years go by. And then it's,
So it's
oh,
recurring.
I'm busted. Yes, a group of girlfriends accidentally kill. It was a joke to start.
Yeah, yeah.
To scare him.
You
because
went
it was
too
a joke,
far. You went too
and
far.
He died. And why would I dream that?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
And
That's crazy.
My
Yeah.
heart pounds, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's so real. That
Right.
kind of stuff.
Got it. No, I've had several dreams where I am someone else in my dream, but I'm very consciously aware of. I'm like, why am I in this? There's this one. I'm sorry. It's why I drive the car I drive right now. That's how crazy
I love
I
your
am.
car.
Thank you.
You know what? We have similar cars.
Yeah,
I
we
love it.
do. So maybe we were in the similar pack here.
Maybe.
But no, so I had this recurring. I didn't have a recurring dream. I'm piggybacking off of you and just straight up lying.
Ah.
It was not a recurring dream. It was a dream, and I was just telling a friend I had breakfast with, or smoothies. That's not really a breakfast, but this morning about this dream, I said the reason I drive the car that I drive is because I had this dream. I was badass, like a super freaking hero. Okay, I was all dressed in black, and I had like similar features that I'd have now, but it wasn't. I knew it wasn't me, and I was like, when did I get this kick-ass body?
Damn.
I know. No, I was like,
You do have
Laura.
a kick-ass body.
No, well, thank you. No, this girl. No, this girl. No. Don't,
Yes,
don't. Anyway, but like, what's that girl? What's that Laura Croft or something? Is that a movie?
Fucking Angelina. That's my girl, man.
Yeah. So that
Tomb
Tomb
Raider.
Raider. I was like Tomb Raider.
I love Angelina.
I like her
You,
too.
you resemble her a
No.
little bit.
Oh, stop it. Anyway, all right. So. Why did I do that? yeah, that was great. I don't think she does that. But so in this
Right.
in this dream, it's not me. I'm consciously aware that it's not me. And I am badass. I'm saving people in this dream. These people start, and they call me Karen. And I remember in the dream going, that's my name. That's not my name. But I start running, and
So
I've
it's
never.
like an avatar.
Yes, I was dreaming that like I had this super strength, and I am just like running, and I look, but the confidence level that I have is nothing that I contain now, and I'm pretty confident. I would like to say that, I am. I like who I am.
I love
I
it.
believe, but
That's how
this,
we all should be.
but this dream was like on steroids. I remember looking back at these three men chasing us. They're like, Karen, we're coming to get you. And I already like saved these three people in a mall. I don't know. And I give them the bird, and I'm like, yeah. And I kick it up, and I guess what my getaway car was?
the one you had
The
drive.
one that I have now. That was my getaway car. And then I said when I got in an accident, I was like, oh, I'm getting that car. Like, because I could not, for 2 weeks, she was such a part of me that I'm like, I don't know. I know that the people are going to be like, oh, my God, these two need to get in the loony bin
Wait
right
a minute.
now.
Wait a minute. You were Lucy. Did you ever see the movie Lucy with Scarlett Johansson?
No.
Oh, you got to see it.
No.
Anybody out there who's seen it?
So
will
you're
say
basically,
she's
I just,
describing Lucy.
oh, really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, well, I was,
You
I'm
have to watch
telling you, like, basically a superhero, but
That's
not.
her. That's her.
Yeah.
She accidentally takes the substance and starts just like completely kicking ass.
Oh.
She's like completely morphing into destroying the Matrix,
Oh, well, listen.
attaching to it and destroying. Go ahead, Mark.
Limitless, the female version.
Did you ever see Bradley Cooper was in it?
No.
Yeah, Limitless.
Okay.
He had all these powers. It's more realistic than a superhero. It's a human person
Right.
that has these abilities.
Okay. All right.
Yes, they have access to 100% of their
Maybe
brain.
that's what was going on. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you, I have had, and I'm not going to make this all about my dreams because there are real reasons that I truly believe in reincarnation.
Yeah, me too.
But I've had dreams where I like somebody that I know, that like a business partner. One time, I'm like, she was a man and I was a kid, but I'm like, I know it was her. And it was so real.
Right,
Yeah.
her inside, her
Yes,
soul.
it was her soul. And I just knew it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've had many, many dreams of like places that I have never been to, never even believe existed. When I'd call one of my, 4 a.m., I'd wake up and I'd be like, can you call me? One of my spiritual friends. They're like, yeah, I go, I had a dream again. And I would like go, but I would lose my own ability to think too much about anything else when one of these dreams happens, because it rocks me and jars me so much to my core that I'm like, there's some element of truth here. I'm not quite sure what it is. Or there could also be another reason, but I'm gonna go with this one, that I'm not crazy, that I'm tapped into something, something bigger than me.
I mean, that's a whole other discussion. Dreams. I mean, we could do a whole
we
could do a whole
definitely-
podcast dedicated to dreams and the
Absolutely.
meaning behind things, and this is
Yes.
half of our a third of our lives, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, let's go back to the reincarnation piece.
Yeah.
All right. So, in your opinion, like why, first of all, what religions actually believe in reincarnation?
There are many, and Christianity, early Gnostic Christianity, was full blown into it.
That's
Okay.
what I heard, that the
Full-blown.
Catholics, because listen, I'm on paper still Catholic actually, that they changed it. Now, can you give me a little insight, because I don't want to.
I mean, I can't give exact dates, but there was a guy by the name of John Martyr. He was like a full blown reincarnationist.
Okay.
And he believed that we inhabit one body, and then each time we come back, we keep learning from each body. That's
Right. Our meat suit. It's like a meat suit.
Yes, you're shedding it, and each time you're growing and learning. I think it's like failing a class too. If you fuck off at the end and you don't put the effort in, and you're just an egotistical asshole, go back.
But we do it to ourselves. That's what I believe, is that like nobody's throwing us anywhere into some fiery place. Like we do
we
it
do
ourselves,
We do
our
it.
higher selves. Like
Yeah.
we go. I believe that. Yes, for sure.
And it has nothing to do with how much you pay the church, or
No.
how often you go and drink the wine and say the chants. All of those sounds, you're going in there, and have you ever heard like scary church bells in the morning? You're like, man, that sounds
yeah, they're not
sounds
as.
kind of shitty. Like
They
low.
changed the frequency.
And you're kind of supposed to be going, that's uplifting.
Yeah.
No, it sucks.
Yeah.
Horrible. So I think a lot of that is designed to just keep you in
Down.
bondage.
Yeah, we'll keep you, because I did hear that, which makes more sense to me. Again, is that if to keep people down, you got to scare them. You got to
Yes.
scare them, and then why? If we thought we might have another life after this, would we be so scared?
No.
No, and that's just me. Again, it's my thinking.
I think that personally, Jesus Christ was a yogi. I think that he
You're going to get every Christian on here is going to
sorry.
be like,
I mean, I
Yeah.
still believe he was the son of God. I
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
But I think he was a yogi, and I think that's how he achieved that.
Yeah.
I think he understood the Eastern sort of philosophy of reincarnation, and how you can, by living in truth, and how you can live those karmic in those natural laws
right.
of the universe. You can you can be saved.
Well, I believe there's something to what you're saying, because they do mimic Christianity and what he was bringing to the table. I mean, it's a lot like, Buddhism or.
Right. So the ancient Sanatana Dharma, which would be, you follow the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedas, Krishna, a lot
Hinduism, right?
it's modern day. That's
Okay.
not a good term. I mean, a lot of Hindus will probably be mad at me about that, but it's real. It's the ancient term was different, and there are many parallels.
Right. And that's the thing is like the bridge. Like he's a bridge for a lot of I mean the teachings are all to me they're very similar in the messaging.
There's a book in the Buddhist temple that I try to attend as often as possible in Sewickley, and there's a small little library, and you can check out books. And there was a tiny little one that I've been meaning to get to the next time I go there. It's The Teachings of Buddha and Jesus, and on one side it's Buddha's just quick quote,
Ooh.
and on the other side it's Jesus Christ quote, and it's the same exact.
Can't
thing.
we just get that from
We're gonna
Jeff,
we can
Jeff
prob-
Bezos?
We can probably just ask Jeff if we can. You know
Yeah.
what? Can we fly in the
Yeah.
dildo? So,
Yeah. In
the flying dildo,
yeah.
and read about Jesus and Buddha.
Yeah.
While we're flying
No,
in the
and
dildo.
can you have it delivered to my house by the time we're done with this podcast?
Please.
I think that could happen. Amazon is quick.
Jaime.
Yeah.
We got Jaime. He can look it up.
Yes. Mark, can you do that? Can you just get us this book, whatever it's called? But no, that actually sounds interesting to me. I'm always fascinated
Yes.
by the similarities and a lot of times the differences. Like I'm an information, like I'm a sponge. Oh, wow.
Woo.
Yes, we are. We're
Woo.
sponges. But I want to see, like, it may not resonate with me, but give me a second to look at it to see. Like, I'm not going to be so close minded not to look at it because a lot of times, things like somebody maybe listening to this and like, oh my God, but there's one nugget that they're like, wait,
Right.
now that might, so I
like
look
you
at,
had with a girl that I think she did a reading for you, and you said, I'm not into this.
yeah,
Until
yeah,
she said, hey, that little boy
yeah. Oh,
wasn't scared. Didn't mean to scare you.
Oh,
And
that
then you went,
resonated.
whoa.
right now
Pump the brakes.
now I'm gonna listen to you.
Yeah.
Now you've got my attention. But again, to be skeptical, I think is necessary in this world.
Yes, that's how you, as a skeptic, you evolve. You ask questions. You don't sit like a drone going, yes, I'll say what you, I'm
Right.
scared, I'll do. But here's another thing. I think somehow I've evolved into a person who I have such a strong intuition that if I talk to somebody or read something, I know almost immediately, that's bullshit.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, everybody. When,
No, you're not.
kill your son to show me how much you love me more than your son. And then I will spare the Abrahamism
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Sydney came home one day. She's like, Mom, I don't know if that's mean. I don't know if I believe. Like, why would
Well,
he kill his kid?
man did write this. I know that
Yeah.
there it came from somewhere, but like when you got a lot of authors here, you got a
lost in-
lot of
it's
interpretations
Lost
as well.
in translation. But with a child like that, it pisses me off. I don't want her to be scared like that. So I
Right.
said to her, I said, sit. And then did it like in a sort of like she can relate to it
Yeah.
way. I said, you just have to ask yourself, would daddy be like that with you?
Right.
Would daddy do that to you? Would I do that to you? Kill your child to prove you that you love me
Right.
more? And
Right.
she goes, no. I said, no, I'd tell you to kill me for. I said, so that's how our heavenly
Yeah.
parent is with us.
Right. Okay, I'm going to tell you
Same.
I'm going to tell you something. So right when I was thinking of getting divorced, it was something that had been not planned out, but thought out for a very long time. I was praying because I was very Catholic at the time, and I was struggling with this divorce thing, and I'm like, oh my God, but the church says I need to stay married, and if I get a divorce, then I can't take the sacrament, and I really like to go up and get my host, like the blood of or the bread of God, or
And it
Christ.
really is his body. And if you don't
Body.
believe it, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
It is really his body.
So I struggled with that, right? So I'm praying, and I was like, I pray. I believe in God. I believe in
too.
I
So do
believe
I.
in so much, but
Yes, me
so
too.
I'm praying because now I'm like, I said out and out loud, I was like, God, I really I'm struggling here. I'm dying. Like I'm like a plant has no more water left, and my leaves are. How is this? So like, am I supposed to live like this? And I swear on my life, I heard it in my head. And again, when I get those crazy chills, I heard man made that law. I
Yep.
didn't.
Yep. Yes.
Man made that. I did not. And all of a sudden, this peace came over me. And I just knew. It was
Yeah.
like, after that, no guilt. Not to say like that wasn't, the divorce isn't a hard thing. It's awful. But I was shaming myself. And I was, a lot of people I think can feel that with religion is this guilt. And I just want no parts of that. Not the God that look, you live right, but karma's going to come for you if you don't.
And You know, it really is that easy. I want to tell everybody. It really is that easy. All you have to do is have a genuine yearning for truth and just please, I want to know the truth. What is it? And you just have to ask.
But you have to
Sit
be
and
ready
ask.
for it.
Be ready, but sit and ask and really mean it. And it will come to you.
Here's the
You
thing.
have to mean it.
Yeah, but here's the thing with doing that as well is we have these societal boxes that have been set up for us since we've been here, right? Like the religious box. So the minute you start to question these things, it's going to get a little sticky for whoever is in that same box with you.
You're not supposed to do that.
No, and then you get chastised, you get alienated, ostracized, actually.
Oh, you are a complete enemy and sent to the fucking
Yeah, and it's really hard.
Gulag.
Right. Well, then they question you. They, a lot of things. So when you do, I think that's why a lot of people just stay in line.
Or you strike you hit a nerve because now you're questioning something that they've invested time in.
Right.
This is their belief system. And if there's any little spark that goes, oh, maybe she's right. They get angry.
Well, because it's the
Angry.
fear of not fitting in or also wasting your own time. Or
wasting time.
Yeah. I think there's a myriad of reasons why people get really upset, because when I'm like, well, it's a possibility. You don't know, and I certainly don't know. We won't know until we go. Wow, that's like rhymey.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know until we
It's
go.
so true. But sometimes you can have near-death experiences.
Yeah.
Or something that mimics that gives you a flash of it.
Right, and that's how. Well, actually,
I've had that.
You've had a near death?
What? Yes.
Wait, was that the?
2.
Oh my!
And one where I was.
You need to go play the lottery. I don't believe in the lottery, but I think you should go try it.
But also one when I was just sitting completely in peace in a restaurant, and I felt like everything was like I was just turning into vapor, and it was just disintegrating.
Oh,
and I thought,
wow.
okay, I'm just.
Were you on any drugs? I just need to ask.
I drank iced tea and I ate a salad that day.
Okay. Wow.
But then everything became omnipresent.
Oh,
I was able
love
to
that.
feel the walls. I had love for everybody around me. It maybe lasted about 28. I don't know why I keep picking that number.
Okay.
28 minutes.
Okay.
And I just absorbed everything. And I just had this, it was almost as if I was, we talked about this mama that visited.
Yeah.
Okay. Like this omnipresence that just, I was able to relate to everybody. I was. You were
everybody.
One. I was everybody.
You were one, and that's
In the room.
Yes, and that happens a lot in yoga. I know. I've heard so many stories of people like if they're in Kundalini yoga or just yoga in general, like they will have those moments where they're like, I just felt this oneness with the earth. I can't explain it, and so there's so many things like that for sure. But for me, like Reiki, I'll just give you one quick story. So. I was doing Reiki in Boardman, Ohio, and how I got there was I had a client who had an amazing experience, okay? And unbeknownst to me, had a lot of friends, and he got me on TV, got me on the radio. So all of a sudden now I have this little practice 2 days a week, and had this influx of sick, desperate people, which I was scared to fucking death. I'm like, because I'm not trying to be rude, but like Upper St. Clair, Mount Lebanon, housewives,
right.
And good like
but
people.
This was some serious shit
was
where they needed your help.
Yes, and this was their they were desperate. I didn't really have desperate clients up till then, right? So this lady comes in, finds out it took her 6 hours to get ready to get here. She has massive, she's just, her whole body is riddled with that rheumatoid arthritis.
Yes.
Okay. So whatever. She's like, I just want to see if you can help me. And my daughter, brought me. So whatever. So here she is. She's laying on the table, and this room doesn't have AC, but there's a breeze. I remember it being really breezy. It was like July. It was nice, but it was still warm. And so I start on her head, and I'm just, put my hands where they go. And I get to the side, and all of a sudden I go, and I'm starting to smell her because I'm like, what's that smell? It smells like stale cigarettes, and it smells like booze. Have you ever smelled somebody when they're rancid with booze? Like it's the most putrid smell.
It comes out of their pores.
Yes.
They're exuding just that smell.
Okay, so this is the smell that I was smelling, and with the cigarette stale and that pungent smell
From her.
from her. But no, I'm going, I don't remember her smelling like this. And I go, so I'm now like, she's laying there with her eyes closed, right? And I'm sniffing around her going, I don't remember her. Why does she smell? And then all of a sudden, so I think I told you before, telepathy is probably my best.
Yes.
Okay. So all of a sudden thoughts just start coming to me. And I hear this person in my head saying, tell her it didn't have to be this way. Tell her.
Someone was an alcoholic.
Yes. Tell her it didn't have to be this way. Tell her I am so, so sorry for what I did. If I'd have known better, I can almost remember it. If I'd have known better, I'd have done better. And I'm like, in my head, I'm talking to this going, no, I'm not saying shit. Like, I'm crazy. Like, no fucking way am I going to deliver this. I'm crazy. And so the smell goes away. I get down to the feet. And again, that smell pops back up. And the voice comes back to me. He said, she's going to know. She's going to validate this story. Ask her when the symptoms started. And I'm like, he's like, ask her. She'll tell you. She's so angry at me. She is so angry that this is what's happened to her. But tell her it doesn't have to be this way, that she can change. Like, she just needs to know that I am so sorry. I love her. And I had no idea until I got here what I had done.
Impact.
Yeah. So whatever. And I'm telling myself, no fucking way. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And I'm playing now in my head. I'm talking to God, the guides, whatever. And I said, listen, if I'm here to deliver this message, if this is wrong, I will never help you again. Never.
Oh, boy.
So whatever. She gets up and I say, how do you feel? Now, this is a woman. She's in chronic pain. Chronic pain, like, took her forever to get there, right? Every step, every inch, her whole body is aching.
She's next to terminal, like, take me out. It just doesn't work. Yeah.
Right. Well, it's so desperate. So she gets up, she goes, oh my God, I feel amazing. I said, oh, good, that's great. I said, that's really, she's like, no, I feel really light. And oh my gosh. I said, okay, I gotta ask you a question. Now I always think I'm gonna get crazy. Like, I do feel like this is the time when somebody's not going to say, they're going to have no idea what I'm talking about. And this is the time that I'm going to hang it up and I'm going to be crazy, right? So I never think, oh yeah, I got this. No, each time I think okay, oh God, crazy, here you come, right? Okay, so she gets up and I ask her, I say, hey, did you smell anything? She goes, oh my God, your incense, they smell so good.
No, that's not.
I go, no, that's not it. She goes, well, what is it? And I said, all right. So I said, is there anyone that may have passed that smoked a lot of cigarettes and drank themselves silly?
Oh, boy.
And she's like, oh, yeah, my dad. And I'm like, no, it doesn't feel like your dad to me. And so that's part of this telepathy, too, is that
it wasn't even her dad.
It wasn't her dad. And I said, no, it doesn't feel like your dad. And then swear. She goes, my husband. And the way she said it, I was like, ding, ding, motherfucking ding. That's it. Okay. So I said, yes. She said, what about him?
Oh, boy.
And
she was thinking, you know him?
Yeah. I'm like, I have no idea. Yeah. I'm like, lady, don't shoot the messenger over here. Like, her neck got tight. Like, she got tight.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So I said, he said to tell you he's so sorry that if he'd have known better, he'd have done better. And she's like, I said, he said you're really angry at him. She goes, I'm so angry at him. She said, every night I have nightmares all night long. And she's like, I don't even want to fall asleep because there's the same nightmares every single night.
Wow.
And I said, well, he's telling me.
Doesn't have to be this way.
It doesn't have to be this way. She goes, what does that mean? I said, he asked me to ask you, when did your symptoms start? And she said, 6 months after he died. So what I believe happened was she was so angry with whatever was going on that it built up in her body this toxicity that is so
converted itself to rheumatoid.
Yes, because they can never find out what that really is. I think it's like stress. The nervous system just gets absolutely hijacked.
Subtle energy system just takes on so much.
Yes. So here's what happened. she is looking at me like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. So she calls me the next day, right? And that was a lot for me. I was like, oh my God, because
I would think that would drain you a
it
little
do-
bit
it-
too.
you know what?
Does it do that?
it does. Sometimes Reiki's not supposed to drain you, but I think because there's more than
Something
just
came in.
yeah. When you're
particular one.
yes, exactly.
The
So-
telepathy and the
correct, correct.
the medium, like it just
Yes.
that drew more. Yeah.
Correct. So, whatever. She calls me the next day and she's like, I can't, I got to come back to you. She goes, as soon as I left here, she goes, I had more energy. I did not hurt at all. I went and did too much gardening because I hadn't been able to do it for 6 years. It'd been
Wow.
6 years she's been debilitated, right?
God.
And so she said, but I overdid it. And now I feel bad again. I need to come back to you. So I let her come for like 4 more times. I let her come once a week. And then I realized, I looked at her and I said, I got to tell you something. You got to work
It's your
on
work
you.
now. It's your
you
work
got to
now.
work. And who takes free, not free clients, but who takes paying clients and pushes them?
I was just gonna say to you, at some point you have to say, now it's your job. You can't be addicted to me because I'm
Because I'm not
take it out.
fixing it. I'm like the way I look at Reiki
I'm the
a lot of
method.
times.
Yeah.
Is it like I'm the jumper cables for a broken down car.
Yeah.
You still got to go figure out what's
have to
wrong
do
with
it.
it.
Yes,
Yeah. Figure out what's wrong with it. But I'm going to give you a jump start so you can get back home.
Yeah, yeah.
But
yeah.
now you got to do the work. And
Yeah.
so I was very kind in how I presented it to her. But I said, look, he's given you a gift.
Yeah.
Now you have to open it. I can't keep doing this
You have
for
to
you.
open it, implement, and figure out how to use the gift.
Right. And to take it for what it is. It's your future.
Yeah.
But it's a choice, right? So I had many more Reiki experiences like that just had me and had me going, oh my God, this has to be real, because you don't stumble upon those kind of things, multiple times, right? It wasn't generic. This is like specific things. And I'm telling you, I thought I was crazy, but each one of those gave me the understanding that life is much more than I had ever thought it to be.
Oh, yeah.
And that people in the afterlife, it's not the way that, at least how it's coming to me, right? And through these Reiki sessions.
Yeah, I feel like the way that we were taught as children in a Western Christian nation, that, it's so simplified. Like, okay, the Mother Mary and the Immaculate Conception, right?
Right.
That's like, had to be that, right? And then, you die and you go to heaven or hell, and then you're there forever and ever and ever and ever with the people and Jesus is there somewhere
Right,
too.
but to me, I'm always like, what's the point though? Like, you lived one life. Like, to me, it makes a lot more sense to evolve.
It makes a lot more sense.
To evolve, and it makes more sense to why certain people are, like I said, very self-absorbed. Some of them are just new. It might be your first life. It could be your 1,000th life.
Your great-grandmother could be younger than you.
Yeah, like, so the soul, the essence of it,
Yeah,
we're
the
just picking
essence, the
different
soul.
bodies. And I think people are going to think I'm nuts, but hey, if you haven't already thought I was nuts, you're going to think I'm nuts now. So I think we choose the body. We choose our eye color. We choose how we're going to show up. I chose this body.
Designing like an AI almost.
Yeah,
for like an avatar. Designing like an avatar.
But for more than just... For various reasons, for very
Yes.
specific
Yes.
reasons. Like, okay, maybe I chose this body this time because maybe the last time I was a dude, I was overweight, and, I needed that experience. This experience, I need to know, whatever that experience, how to handle certain situations when you're in this body, right? But I do believe they're all specifically designed, like people that... maybe they have I'm just going with physical attributes, right? But like, if you've got a physical impairment, maybe you came out with one arm, or maybe you're paralyzed, whatever it is, like, you chose all of these situations so that you could grow and learn. And the only way we can do that through these experiences is to feel, because when you're a soul, yeah, you're all knowing, you're all, omnipotent.
Yes, you
yeah.
are.
but you don't get to experience the feel. Like, I'm touching this, I'm drinking this. I'm going to drink this right now.
It's like the corporeal version. Like now there's form. You're you're in matter form. You are a form now, and you get to experience all these different senses.
Yeah, and you have, I believe we come into here with spiritual amnesia, a lot of us.
Oh,
so
yeah.
but because if not, you have the rules to the game. How fucking fun is that?
Well,
like,
and
you're cheating.
I do believe that we have all these faculties that are underdeveloped and that need to be cultivated for us to reach these higher levels as
Right.
well.
Absolutely.
And so, but there's something happens. There's either like an immediate spark, or you just have this evolution of a longing and a desire of this. But there's so many different. I mean, reincarnation. It's a topic that we could talk.
we could
about.
talk. Yeah, there's so many.
That could be its own.
Well, that could be a whole series,
But
right?
to your point, when you said we choose even our eye color and things like that, there is a component too, obviously, with the DNA and our parents look like us,
Right,
and all
right,
of that.
Right.
So, there's so much.
It's complex.
involved. It's complexity to
It's
it.
very
Yeah.
complex. And I do think that's one of the reasons why, whether or not it's true or not, I'll find out when I go, or I won't, right? One of the two
Well,
is going to happen.
And then we also have choices once we get here.
Right. One of the biggest things for me is that if I believe in this theory or whatever it is, right? This belief system, I choose everything that I'm coming here into this world to do.
Yeah.
No, I am not a victim. I am not a victim. Nobody, oh, why did this happen to me? Because I chose it. I think I've chose every experience, whether it's, getting a divorce, whether it's, having 3 kids, whether it's, the tumultuous
They are choices.
yeah,
It's a choice.
childhood that I was brought up in. I chose it all. So there's nobody to blame.
Right.
And to me, even if there isn't an afterlife, even if there is nothing, I have peace. I'm the decision maker in my own world. And so therefore nobody has that power over my world, right? Because I don't want to live in a world where, oh my God, well, why did that happen? Well, can you believe that happened to her? Yeah, I can. Well, look what happens to everybody, right? But I believe that we actually own these so that we can. I might have a karmic contract with you. Like, I could have fucked your husband, and now you're going to do something to me in this life. Not to be mean, but to karmically
reconcile,
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe you and I, my adversary will say, there's probably a few of them, but maybe we are really tight in the spirit world, but they're like, I'm going to come to this lifetime to teach you a lesson, and I want to do that for you, and you're going to do it for me. We're going to do it together. Now, you're going to not like me in this lifetime because you have spiritual amnesia, but we are going to get through this lesson together. That makes more sense to me than, what a dick. I can't believe he did this to me. No, you know what? You're part of it. He's a part of it. I believe we're all like somehow, connected in our choices, and that it's way more complex than our human brains can even fathom.
So, and I'm going to have you explain this to me. I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to comment on it and tell me what you think about this, because it ties into this.
Okay.
I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking Steph's really making me want to tell this, but I need her to explain it better.
Okay, well,
okay, so
that's no pressure.
No. There's a pump the brakes. There's a really, really cool woman by the name of Kamini Desai. She does a lot of yoga nidra teachings, and she's really, really, kind of in tune to all of this stuff. And I remember listening to one of her YouTube videos, and she said something. She just told a really quick story.
Okay.
And it's like an ancient story that's told to everybody, and like little Indian children and things like that.
Okay.
And it has to do with reincarnation and choices and karma and all that. And it's okay. There's a father in India. Okay, we'll say, who is an alcoholic, beats his wife, treats his kids like shit, and it's just dark world, right?
Okay.
Has 2 boys, twins, identical twins. Okay. They grow apart, live separate lives. Later on, somebody reconvenes, asks them, hey, one of them is down and out,
Yeah.
drinking, treating his family like shit, asks, how did you end up like this? The same question.
Yeah.
The question is, how did you end up like this? And he says, look at my dad. Meaning
Yeah.
like, what did you expect from me? I was going to be the same.
Yep.
Find the other identical twin. Same question. He's living a life of opulence, wonderful family, beautiful wife, very happy, sober.
Right.
How did you end up like this? Same question.
Yeah.
Well, look at my dad. You know, it was the same question and the same answer to
Yes.
identical twins.
Yes. Okay. So
Go,
that
tell me.
Yes. So that same. I looked at my entire childhood and life. Like my parents loved us, right? But we had a very tumultuous life, and I remember making a conscious decision what not to do. So you can use every lesson either to be the victim or you can overcome it.
Yeah.
Right? And I chose to look deeper and say, these people did the best they could. Okay. Their life was really so much harder. And this is all they could do. Okay. But I'm going to now take these lessons, and I didn't spank my kids.
Neither did
I didn't yell, so there's a lot of things that I, picked up from them that were very positive. My parents were like the most generous, kindest, sweetest.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll do this, but not that.
Yeah. But picking those and not identifying like, yes, you may have grown up that way. That may have happened to you, but you have a choice. And people don't, because the work is hard.
Right.
They don't. A lot
The
of
work
people,
is hard.
use this victim because they're going to get something. There's a payoff in victimhood. I'm not sure what it is because it's not my thing, but I got to pay off in other stuff.
It's time, and it's conditioning, it's fear, and you literally are climbing out of Plato's cave.
Well, you know what? And it's a cop-out. It's a cop-out to making real changes in your life because you created these grooves that exist, right? Or they were created for you, but you have the ability to get off of that track.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of fucking work to do it. And most people just want to blame other people for all their problems. Why me? Why not you?
And maybe it was your choice to enter this life in a situation where you struggled without a memory of what happened in the past, and you just want to figure out how to climb out. It's sort of like spiritual Olympics.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is,
triathlon of spirituality.
And I think, we deem, and I don't want to go too far in this because we got to close this up because I do have to go play pickleball. I'm sorry. I do.
I got to pick this thing up.
Priorities.
Mark's doing it now. You're doing it. Everyone's golfing. I'm not doing either one of these things.
Yeah.
I need to do one of them or both of them.
Well, you could do whatever you want to do, but you can definitely join us.
Make
it's like
my choices.
Yeah, you choose, girl. I have extra rackets, but anyway. So that is, I think, we kind of went over reincarnation very lightly. I mean, this is a subject that both of us absolutely believe in, right? What do we know? We don't know. I'm invested.
I'm pretty 100% on it.
Yeah, I'm putting my own life on it.
I am too. I am too. Dreams tie in, these deja vu experiences, and these synchronicities, these fifth dimensional experiences, so many of them.
Yeah.
We could do episode 5, 10, 20, 40 on that.
Absolutely. But yeah, this is just to kind of give people that maybe don't know anything about it. Like, this is a personal experience, our personal experience with it. We are not experts on it. Nobody that is among the living right now is, because then you'd be dead.
We've had experience, and it for me, it's intuitive. I feel it.
Me too. And it's just what makes sense to me. So
me too.
Anyway,
and it's logical.
Yeah. To me, it is. It makes more sense than a lot of the other stuff. But anyway, yes. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go play pickleball, and this girl's going to get a racket, and you're going to come with me. Paddle.
But before I do that, we want them to subscribe.
Oh, yes. Please subscribe. Oh, you do that. I don't have to say it.
Subscribe and like. And if there's anything that you want us to talk about, put it in the comments section.
Definitely do.
Comments.
And thank you for listening. For whoever's listening, we did get some new followers, so that we're really excited. Thank you.
More.
Thank you. Have a great day.